kick off this afternoon, we have a presentation from a collection of creatives who have established a strong and permanent cultural development for their community. From the Western Bay of Plenty District, I welcome Katikati Theatre.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We now have a little bit of light entertainment for you. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce Julie and Dave, members of the Katikati Theatre, supreme winners of the Western Bay of Plenty.
Oh, I think I'll just take a wee break, Barry, and sit beside you. Oh, I've been rushed off my feet lately. Sometimes I don't know if I'm Arthur or Martha. It's been a very busy time the past 4 years. I'm a member of Katikati Theatre. Great group of people. We've had some fun with our productions. You get to know people when they're involved in a production, and they're all sellouts. Doesn't matter what our background or experience, we just want to see live theatre in Katikati. Our members help in all aspects of theatre, from hanging lights to sewing costumes, meeting and greeting the audience, making cups of tea. You know, our first production was about you, of course. Oh, that was clever, the way we recreated you with your bronze face and your hands and your dog and everything.
I know.
What?
Glad I inspired you. You did a great job with that first production. Who wrote it?
We all did. It was created from workshops. We just imagined what a typical day was like for you.
It's a shame you haven't got a theatre, a building of your own. I don't know how you manage.
It is a challenge. For Barry, we turned an empty commercial unit into a pop-up theatre.
And then what did you do next? Was that when you started your dinner theatre?
That's right. Playing with your food was our first season. That's gone down a treat. People love to come out in winter and have a meal and see live theatre.
And then you told the story of Dave Gallagher, the rugby legend.
Yes, we did. We told of his parents, who were Irish settlers to New Zealand, of their heartaches and of their struggles. We had audience who came from all around New Zealand, even from overseas, from Ireland, to see that production.
And you performed that in the primary school classroom where Dave's mother, Mariah, was the first ever teacher. That was fitting. And you had a lot of children and young people involved in that production. That's a great way to get them interested in theatre.
We want to show people that going to the theatre can be a great outing. They may never even have considered it. And when you get involved, you have so much fun and you make great friends.
Like getting them on stage. But I suppose some people are a bit anxious if they've never acted before. But a lot of them did drama at school, I suppose.
Oh, yes. Yes, you talk to people and they say, I used to like drama at school. Our members usually start with a small role or a walk-on part, and then as they gain in confidence, they audition for bigger roles.
You had some nice roles in Slim Chance. Great plot. Ladies at a slimming club. And you had a number of actresses acting for the first time there, didn't you?
That's right. And the director was making a directorial debut. Oh, there were some funny lines in that play. And in Meat and Two Veg. Now, that was a man whose neighbours think he's murdered his wife and is burning her in a bonfire in the garden.
Oh, it sounds like CSI.
Oh, we hadn't killed her.
Oh. Is there a stage at the Fortaleza restaurant where you put on your dinner theatre?
No, we have to build it. We build it with kiwi fruit pallets and then we put a top on it.
Oh, clever that. But it's a lot of hard work, having to build an actual stage and a framework on which to rig your lights.
Don't we know it? Sometimes we have to plan our productions on the basis of what facilities are available.
And You've even performed in a church, haven't you? Wasn't that for Dickens' A Christmas Carol?
That's right. We performed that in one of the oldest wooden churches in the area, which really lent a great atmosphere to the production, which really brought the classic Dickens story to life.
Well, you've certainly mounted a variety of performances from what I've heard. I read about them all in the Advertiser, you know.
Oh, we get great coverage and support from our local paper.
Now, your last dinner theatre, What the Doctor Ordered, that was set in a hospital. Clever set. Raised some interesting moral issues. I like that when I'm a bit challenged by a play.
Theatre can do all sorts. Entertain us, lift our spirits, make us laugh, cry, inspire us, teach us. We like to tell stories through the medium of theatre. Now come into the parlour. We performed that in the Katikati Heritage Museum Cafe in a very small space, 6 square metres. Oh, it was a lot of work clearing the cafe's tables and chairs before and after each performance and rehearsal, but we had a great team of willing helpers.
And you timed that to coincide with the Mural Festival, didn't you? You seem to like to provide a play as part of the festival programme. Now, what's next, Julie?
Well, we'll continue planning our productions and lobbying the council for a building of our own. Do you know, we're fundraising to convert an existing building into a theatre. Oh, we may have to start from scratch. But we've got a keen group of volunteers who just want to go on putting on excellent productions.
Well, I'm right behind you. Well, constrained as I am to sit here. But it's nice to think if you got to use the old fire station that I'd be so close to all the action. Speaking of which, I can see a group of tourists coming with a mural guide. It's time to get back to my day job.
Nice talking to you, Barry. Keep up the good work. Yes, he's very lifelike, isn't he?
Well, thank you, Julie and Dave. And that's an example of the fascinating productions which Katikati Theatre mounts. It's an organisation which relies heavily on all of its volunteers. And as we all know, it's not just the actors on the stage who give their time and energy, but a myriad of backstage people who work together to bring any production to life. Now, anyone passing through Katikati, please take a few minutes to sit with Barry. I can't guarantee that he will be chatty, but he does take note of everything that's going on. Kia ora, thank you.